The argument right now is that tax cuts will fuel hiring and growth. And that's come from the Reagan era. What have you seen so far? Does that stand in practice from what you've seen from the Reagan era and also from the W. Bush tax cuts?
No, of course not. You know, the Reagan era, there always should be a giant asterisk next to the argument that the tax cuts generated the growth, because Paul Volcker cut the interest rate 1,000 basis points in the intervening period between when they cut taxes and when the revenue started rising. When George W. Bush did this, it lost a lot of revenue. We should just be completely honest about it, and all the objective analysts recognize that cutting taxes for high-income people and big corporations do not pay for themselves. And so if you want to cut them, then outline how you would pay for it. And thus far, they haven't done that.
Yeah, but the logic right now, or the argument, is that at least when it comes to Mr. Trump's plans, they focus on business tax cuts, which was a bit different from Reagan and Bush. So wouldn't you allow there to be more economic gains coming from this?
Well, it is not just focused on business tax cuts first. Let's observe it. Abolish the estate tax for a tiny number of very high-income estates. Cut the rate on pass-throughs. Cut the top individual tax rate while raising the lowest income tax rate. So there are a lot of high-income individual cuts, and there are some large corporate cuts. So if we were talking about cutting the corporate rate in a revenue-neutral tax reform way like the one we did in 1986, we'd be having a totally different discussion. And I would absolutely be in favor of that and have been for a long time. But I think what they're finding is there's a lot of opposition to broadening the base, and there's not a lot of opposition to just cutting.